Okay. It's time to raise our expectations. And here's the reality check. The reality check is 2020 didn't look the way that you put on your vision board. It didn't look the way that you had it written out in your SMART goals. It didn't look the way that you was dreaming about it in 2019. I get that. But now we have to raise our expectations because not only is it affecting us, but it's affecting those attached to us. And so last Saturday, I went and I helped to hand out food in Wilmington, Delaware, with an organization called, um, oh my goodness, I can't even remember the name at the moment, right? But it'll come back to me. Handing out food, 1,700 boxes of food, handing them out literally to people who just came up, got a box, and dropped and drove off. And my expectation was to help those in need. It's not an organization I'm attached to. It's not something that I normally do. It's something that a family friend normally does. My sister, one of my sisters, normally does. And so I showed up. And while there, a woman walked up to me and called me by name. Now, if you know my name, you know me. I mean, if you know my name and say it correctly, you know me. And of course, she had on her mask, so I couldn't see her face fully, and I had on mine, but she still knew who I was. She told me her name, and then she told me who she was. And she is a woman that my aunt, who is also a client, helped to get out of a domestic violent relationship. And it brought me to tears because I said, wow, when I started to raise my expectations of what I wanted to do in helping women, the impact was so much bigger than what I could ever imagine. Because it was through me going live and writing my books that inspired my aunt to start going live and writing her books. And in turn, she helped that woman get out of a domestic violent relationship. When we raise our expectations, we are not just impacting us, we're impacting those around us. Reality check, 2020 punched us in the mouth. It punched your finances in the mouth. It punched your business in the mouth. It punched your marriage in the mouth. It punched your relationship with your children, and it punched you in the mouth. But can I tell you something? I need you to get up off the mat. I need you to get up. Yeah, it punched you in the mouth. Get up. What do you do when you lose a fight? It's interesting because in that same instance, out first of all, we were out there for like 4 hours. And for me, I did not know that we were going to be at a park. And so literally I got toe up by my allergies and I looked like Hitch by the time I left. Wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm going to go and do it again next month with allergy tablets. And I was down for a day, 24 hours pretty much, maybe even a little bit more. Took me out because I couldn't do interviews, I couldn't do anything. I was in here, the kids were pumping me full of meds and juice and telling me to get rest. But the reality check was for me was I felt like I had gotten my behind whooped by allergies. But do I stay in bed for the rest of the week? No. Monday night, when I was able to get up, I made calls. I went ahead and reached out to people and apologized if I missed any appointments. I went ahead and did the work. I went back, laid back down, got some more rest Monday night. And Tuesday, I was fresh. Face was still swollen, but I didn't lay on the mat. I need you to get this understanding. Before I can give you these places, these things and areas where you need to raise your expectation, I need you to understand that raising your expectation is getting up off the mat. You got punched in the mouth, but you didn't get knocked out. I need y'all to catch that. You lost the client, but your business did not fail. An event was postponed. An event was canceled, but you still have your voice and you still can speak up. Get up off the mat. Get up. The thing about losing a fight is that afterwards, there's something in you that makes you train harder. There's something in you that makes you go further. There's something, you go up and the next morning you out there 5 miles running. You out there putting in the work. Why? Because guess what? I'm not going to stay on the mat. I'm not going to just allow that to be the last fight I ever fight. Because you never know who's going to walk up to you and say that because of you, they were able to go back to school. Because of you, they were able to take care of their family. Because of you, their marriage survived. Because of you, they were able to buy their first home. Because of you, they were able to eat healthier and be able to live and play with their grandchildren. Because of you, they decided that they were going to get up off the mat themselves. You got punched in the mouth, but it wasn't a knockout. And so I need you to get a pen and paper. And there's 7 areas that I need you to look at. Raising your expectations. One of the most valuable things that I've seen in this time is that those who are in the community, the accountability community that I have, they've still been moving forward. And they've been punched in the mouth, punched in the eye, punched in the nose, punched in the stomach, and they still been moving. They still been moving. Their business is still thriving. I know entrepreneurs that are still making more money now than what they were making before we were in quarantine and dealing with a pandemic. You gotta understand, when you raise your expectations, then guess what? Your circumstances are temporary. It's not the end of the chapter. This is not the end of your life. This is just a moment. But we made a commitment that we would come out of this better than what we went in. And so those 7 areas: raise your expectation in where you give and how you give. You gotta be willing to do it. If you're not willing to raise your expectations, let me tell you something. There will always be something that needs your attention and will take away from where you're supposed to be giving. And I'm not just talking about financially, but financially is the top. Where should you be giving? Where should you be sowing seeds? Because see, I'm going to tell you something that I've been listening to and watching. Y'all know I do my research. And right now, everybody's talking about, stock market and investing. And you know why? Because now is the time to sow the seeds. Now is the time to sow the seeds, because there is something coming, and you want to be in preparation to be able to handle, to either be able to move out of the way when somebody, come on, we got to stick and move when somebody is swinging at us, or to be able to fight back. And the only way that you are going to be able to fight back is if you are placing seeds in the appropriate places. This is not the time for you to be thinking that, oh no, I don't need to. Okay, it may not be in the stock market, but there's somewhere you need to be investing and planting seeds. I plant seeds every time I show up for my accountability call. Every week they hear a message from me or a message from somebody else. Why? Because those seeds are going to be a harvest in due season. And it may not be today, it may not be next week, it may not be until next year or the year after that, but there's going to be a harvest. And so where are you giving? Where are you giving of your time? Where are you giving of your finances? Where are you giving of your love, your words, your support? Where are you giving it? Because I can guarantee you, if you haven't seen anything else, you've seen that people that you've been putting support in are not the ones that support you. I need you to raise your expectations. Is every person going to go and support you as an individual, as your business? No, they're not. But I need you to be a little wise right now. Every place that you've been placing money into is not someone who supports who you are. That is one of the conversations that has been literally up and out in the open for the last few weeks, now more than ever. Are you paying attention to the ones that are showing up? Are you paying attention to the ones that are speaking up? Be mindful of where you're placing your seeds. Be mindful of where you show up. Me showing up in that capacity to be able to serve, I didn't know that I was going to be recorded. I didn't know that I was going to have pictures taken. I didn't know any of that. I didn't know that I was going to connect with people. I didn't know any of those things, right? All I knew was that I was showing up in a space to serve people, the people that needed it. Families were coming through. One one group came through and got like 40 boxes of everything, or 40 of everything, and they took it to senior centers, and they took it to senior living facilities and handed it out. It took them 2 pickup trucks and a minivan to be able to hand them out boxes of fruits and veggies, milk, eggs, snacks, all types of stuff. My expectation was just to serve in a bigger capacity. And that was what I did. So where you show up, raise your expectation when it comes to your time. How much time are you spending on your business? How much time are you actually spending on your relationships? How much time are you actually spending with your children? Raise your expectation. If you have not seen anything else, you've seen that this time of being in a home together has been difficult for a lot of people. And it's because they've never had to spend that much time with each other. They've invested more time at a job than they have with their family. They've invested more time in what they look like online than in finding out what it is their children actually want. Raise your expectation when it comes to your conversations. I've not spoken to anybody on the phone that has been about drama or foolishness. And if online, if they've been about drama or foolishness, I let them go. It's crazy though, because we will foster relationships because of someone's status, even when it doesn't line up with our core values. I need you to raise your expectations. I need you to raise your expectations, because your conversations should be about building. Your conversations should be about moving forward. Your conversation should be about what's really going on with you. Can I tell you something? If you got a bunch of people around you that you can't even be honest and open with, then why you got them around you? That's the reality. Why are they there? You need to look at people and say, why do I have the people around me that I have around me? One of the reasons I made the space that I made for World Voice League, the accountability membership, is because we needed people around us to be open about what's really going on, about how I really feel, about what's really going on in my business, what's really going on in my relationship. Reality check. Haven't we understood just yet that us keeping secrets, us trying to take care of it all by ourselves ain't working? It ain't working. It hasn't worked up until this point. It's not going to work past this point. So I need you to raise your expectations, that the conversations you have will be conversations about strength. It'll be conversations that are real. It'll be conversations that are going to move the needle forward. How are you moving the needle forward? I get it. This means coming out your comfort zone. It means I can't be comfortable anymore with just likes and hearts. It means I can't get comfortable with just people saying my picture was pretty. What are the conversations that I need to have? In this week, this next week, I need you to look at what conversations do you need to have? Because guess what? A lot of y'all are failing in different areas, and you have the support you need. You have the help. I mean, right where you are, you have somebody that can help you move forward, and you won't open your mouth to say I'm failing. You won't open your mouth to say I'm drowning. You just are allowing it to happen. It's necessary for you to raise the expectation when it comes to your conversations. You need to raise the expectation when it comes to your relationship with money. Can we be real? Many of you don't even have a goal for your finances. You don't have a profit plan. We're at the end right now of quarter two, and some of you didn't even have a quarter two goal. Some of you, you're just accepting whatever comes your way. When you raise your expectations, I have a goal. And this is the thing, my goal is not based upon me trying to be a millionaire. My goal is based upon me making sure that I have the money to take care of what goes out of my business, what goes out from my home, what goes out from my family, and then raising the bar from that. Push your baseline. How much do you need to make in your business for you to be able to pay all your bills on time? How much do you need to make in order for you to be able to take care of um, medical expenses, in order for you to have an emergency fund, in order for you to be able to take care of gas? And so when you go to the store, you're not stressed and calculating in your head what you can and cannot afford. Matter of fact, when you raise your expectations, which is something I've been able to do during quarantine, When I go to the store, I try to take, and I don't take out cash. My family will tell you, I don't carry cash like that, but I'll take out cash and give it to the cashier for her to put it on the next person's bill. Raise your expectation. In the word of God, when it said, I am the lender and not the borrower, I'm the head and not the tail, I'm above, not beneath. Some of y'all have been saying those words for forever, since you were a little kid. But when are you going to live it? When are you going to live it? That's raising the expectation. Are you living the words that you're speaking over your family? Are you living the words that you're speaking over your business? When will you live it? You got to go beyond words now. And so being able to go and serve and donate and do so many different things. I'm doing it because I've raised my expectation. And it will always put you in a position that there will always be somebody that wants to go and serve you. There will be always someone that wants to go and support you. Can I tell y'all this? And this one not even on the list. Sometimes you got to raise your expectation in the support that you want to receive. Because some of you have been looking for your friends to be your supporters. You've been looking for family to be your supporters. And that's great and all. That's ideal. But the reality is they're not your supporters. You got to be able to show and prove that what you're doing is for the family. You got to be able to show and prove that what you're doing is raising the bar for everybody. But until you do that, they may not be your greatest support. They're going to look at you crazy. My aunt looked at me crazy because she was like, why is this? And she know I'm an introvert. Why is this girl going live all the darn time? What is she doing? And then she watched me publish the first book, publish the second book, and then the third one, all the way up to book number 15. She's published 5 of her own. Raise your expectation. So your relationship with money, I get it. Nobody taught you how to budget. All right, I got you. I hate budget. But we can find somebody to help us budget. Nobody taught you how to save. I get it. Well, we can talk to somebody and have somebody come in and teach you how to save. This is the thing. You have the opportunity right in front of you. You have the information, you have the conversations, you have the experience. What will you do with them? Because it's cute to have the course, it's cute to do the webinar, it's cute to show up, but showing up is half the battle. What's the action that will go with it? I need to raise my expectations in my spiritual walk. That has been a top priority for me in 2020. And it's going to hurt. Raising your expectation in your spiritual walk is not necessarily meaning I'm going to go and post more scriptures online. Posting scriptures is cute, but are you living what the scriptures are talking about? Are you forgiving people? Are you doing acts of kindness? And you don't have to record every single thing. Let me tell you something. Everything I do, I'm not sitting there recording every single thing I do. Why? There's no need for me to. I pray over my accountability members. I pray over my team daily. You're not going to see a video of it. You'll see me go live when I pray over those in the free community, but you're not going to see a video of me praying over my team. Because I found out something. When you're attempting to do a business and the spirit ain't right, guess what? The business ain't going to be right. When you're attempting to do business and you don't have the right spirits aligned up with your business, what ends up happening is you fail. You fail. And it's cute. You can say you made $1 million. Wow, that's great. But all of y'all is failing. Nobody's happy. Nobody has peace. Nobody has joy. It was time out for that. Because guess what? It's a whole bunch of people right now that are dealing with so much. If you only knew, they got the money and have no peace. Got the money. Can I tell y'all something? With this pandemic, we've been put on a level playing field. You spending time in your house just like Beyonce spending time in hers. Her house might be bigger, but boo, she still got to deal with her kids, same way you dealing with your kids. She might got an extra room to send them to. But we've all been given this level playing field. And if you have not taken this opportunity to strengthen your spiritual walk, what have you been doing? Because the most important conversation that you needed to work on was that one. And then last but not least, number 7, is I needed to raise the expectation in my self-care. And so some of you were like, oh, well, but we've been in the house and we've been snacking. I've been snacking. I can show you snacks right now, but they're healthy snacks. I've been doing my workouts. I've been exercising. I've been doing the jump rope challenge. I've been doing, why? Because I'm raising the expectation of my self-care. I'm learning that my words have power and I need to stand on my words. See, because when I started raising the expectation in my spiritual walk, I started speaking more from what is in the Word of God. And when speaking more from what's in the Word of God, you know that there's strength. Life and death are in the power of my tongue. So if life and death are in the power of my tongue, I'm going to stand on what it is that I say. Are you standing on your words? Or are they a little rocky? Are you standing on them or are they a little rocky? Is your foundation stable or do you see some cracks in the foundation? No tea, no shade. If you see them, point them out. If it was in the finances, point it out. One of the things for me is because I'm the introvert, was getting on the phone with people. Guess what? I got on the phone more with people. It led to other opportunities. It led to other streams of revenue coming in. I'm excited. But it starts with you. 2020 punched us in the face. Your finances, relationships, business, conversations, social media, your live events. I know live events where they would normally have thousands of people that had to postpone it or move it virtually. You got punched in the face. You make the decision if you're going to get up or if that's going to be where you stay. It's your decision. But I need you to look at those 7 areas and determine how you will raise your expectations. Raise your expectation in how you give, where you give, how you show up in your time, your conversations, your relationship with money, your spiritual walk, and your self-care. That's your call to action. And I know somebody somewhere is going to say, oh, but that's a lot to look at. That's a lot to work on. Yeah. But they never said living your best life was going to be an easy journey. That you was only going to have to work on one thing to live your best life. It come with a lot. And so my allergies kicked my butt on Sunday, but I still showed up and served. And it led to that conversation. And then when I was strong enough, I was able to get back up and do what I needed to do. Still finish the week strong. And that should be what it is that you're in a community that allows you to see when you've been knocked down, that there's somebody there coaching you to get back up. That being said, I appreciate you guys. I know you guys have some amazing things that you've been doing, and I want you to keep pushing. If you haven't, if you've found yourself struggling during this pandemic, if you found yourself not knowing which direction to go in, if you found yourself literally going, man, I relate to everything she just said, come connect. Maybe it's time for you to be in this accountability community as well. Because I'm going to continue to show up. The team is going to continue to show up. And we're going to push you off the cliff so you can continue to show up too. bit.ly/talk2Altavis. Get on a call. It's time to take it to another level. Until next time, guys, don't forget, press it out.